Avoid relegation continues in the top flight of Zimbabwean football. And yesterday, 7 of those teams were in action. And the day before, on Friday, 1 of those teams was in action. And today, the other one is in action. All to avoid relegation. The game that we'll be bringing to you live from Mbiles, from Rufaro Stadium, is the one pitting the one team that is already safe. That's the students who are at home, Herentals, against a team which is threatened with relegation. You could never have believed it many years ago, hey? But Iboso, Highlanders, threatened with relegation, and this is what we will be looking at. Highlanders now in 10th, changing places with Caps United, who won, saved themselves, but they are still not safe from relegation. Makepekepe, they beat Simba Bora 1-0, but they are in 9th, still not safe. So Highlanders in 10th, still not safe. If Highlanders win today, they are out of relegation. They are safe, and they can talk about playing Premiership football next season. But so far, they are not safe, and they are meeting tricky customers, one of their trickiest customers. Right, to help us look ahead at this very, very attractive fixture, Herentals versus Highlanders. Let's say hello to 2 of our experts from ZBC TV Sports. First, let's say hello to a man who's not feeling too happy because his team lost again yesterday in the English Premiership. Yes, I'm talking about Liverpool staunch follower. We call him Coach Bex. Let's say hello to Becky Nyoni. Coach Bex, yes, it's good to have you, but I know you are not feeling too good, are you?
Good afternoon, CNN. We definitely, things are not going well for Liverpool. We have been used to winning, but unfortunately, this is not the case. I think 3 games in a row, it's not easy for Liverpool. They have to try to organize, especially their midfield and their defense, because I think their key has been their midfield, which have been really securing the defense as much as they can, and they have to reorganize and see to it that they can play better than what they have done so far.
Right, and sitting alongside him is another man whose team is not going great guns. They play in the German Bundesliga, like Liverpool, Werder Bremen. I mean, we didn't go down. I did. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, legendary, and to Zimbabwe. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching us on the global village. Yesterday in the Bundesliga, Werder Bremen winning over St. Pauli 1-0.
Okay. At least you won yesterday. Yeah. And well, if you want to know, Middlesbrough drew yesterday, and we are still top of the English Championship. End of this season, I wasn't having my playoffs. We are going straight back into the Premiership, and you know, Trukudzogera Premiership, Trukudzogera Team 5. Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea. Those are right, okay, let's talk about home is best as the students take on Iboso in a very, very crucial match, especially for Iboso and also for the students, because the students, they're in 7th. They're still chasing a top 4 finish. So will that happen? The last time they met in the reverse fixture, I'm talking about the reverse fixture, Herentals beat Highlanders, shocking the full house that was there at Emagumeni Baba Fields. 1-0 in the second half. A goal scored by Ralph Kaondera. And then Highlanders did have some form of revenge a couple of weeks back after they knocked out the students from the Chibuku Super Cup at Nyamunga Stadium. They won by the same scoreline, 1-0. So what will happen today? First, let's find out from Coach Bex. This one, Coach Bex, Highlanders still threatened with relegation. They need to win this one to move away from relegation.
Yes, Highlanders need to make sure that they win this one and try to make sure that they collect the 3 points. But they know it's not going to be easy to be playing at Rufaro Stadium against Herentals, who always give them problems, especially when they have been playing at Baba Fields. They have had problems, and of late, Highlanders haven't really shown against Herentals. We thought they were rolling. They went and lost to FC Platinum at Mandawa. Against ZPC Kariba, we were expecting them to collect points at home with all the support which they had. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Against Scotland, we saw them in a cup game. They managed to beat Scotland. That on its own shows there is no consistency in the way they are playing. I think they lack, especially the cutting edge up front. They don't have really strikers who can score goals.
Yes, I know. I don't have to remind you because if you talk of strikers who could cut any defense, you have to go back those many years. Hey, you have to go back to others. Adamski, may his soul continue to rest in peace. And the eldest one, Katazile, Madinda and Love. I mean, you just have to mention those three and you're done. Because Highlanders, the most potent strike force at Highlanders ever. But nowadays, it's not there. But they'll have to do with what they have, Brighton, Ngube and company. Can they deliver the goods? Like we said, very tricky customer. Herentals already safe. They will be playing Premiership football next season. They are on 41 points. They are number 7. They'd like to move up. And Uche, the students, probably feeling upbeat about taking on Highlanders this afternoon.
Definitely, CNN, if you look at the students, they are sailing in comfortable waters. On the other end, Highlanders are sailing in turbulent waters and they need to control their ship. Otherwise, it will sink. But if you look at the recent history of the two teams, they've met 10 times, 4 victories for Highlanders, 4 draws, and 2 for Herentals. That is history. But if you look at the current form, Herentals are far much better, 43 points, and the Highlanders are on 34. And the cut-off points for safety this season is 36 points. So what it means, Highlanders, the relegation X is still hovering over their head. So today they need to be at their ultra best, pick the 3 points, then they're also safe. But they're also looking at Herentals who are fighting for a top 4 finish. Yep. So what makes this game difficult for Highlanders is that pressure is on Highlanders, and at home, Herentals are not under pressure at all. They will play their normal game.
Oh yes, thanks Uche. I had earlier on said the Herentals were on 41. No, they're on 43 points. Herentals on 43. Highlanders on 34. So if they get to 37, that's it. So you Highlanders fans can talk about the Premiership football next season if it wins. And you can go about saying, if they win, that's what the Highlanders supporters will tell you, especially after they beat Herentals today. If they do go on to beat Herentals, who are a tough customer, and the men to watch, once again, all you Highlanders supporters will know, Ralph Kaundera, he loves scoring, he loves playing against Highlanders, and Coach Bex, Ralph Kaundera will be the man to watch alongside Tino Tenda Benza. And of course, the director of the team, IB9, Innocent Benza, who I'm sure will be using those back flicks and so on, side body movements to set up his son, Tino and Ralph Kaundera.
Yes, Tino and Ralph Kaundera, I think they are the most dangerous for Herentals, and for Herentals are looking at goals. Those are the players they look forward to, that they will give them the goals. And also at Benza himself, the senior Benza himself, I think we have seen how, especially when he has got the ball, his contribution is very good because he can cut any defense without any problem, especially with his passes, which he makes at times. Although when it comes to tussles for balls and everything, that one is one of his main weakness. When he's got the ball, I think that's when we see him doing something which can give problems to the opponents.
Yes, boy oh boy, if we got an exciting tie on our hands, we definitely have, as the dog-eat-dog fight continues. Yesterday we're at Rufaro Stadium where Dynamos were very lucky to grab a point against Ngezi Platinum, despite Ngezi Platinum having a man sent off. Yes, that's the fixture that we have for you, and the ceremonial home of football is the venue. And we're just waiting there to connect with what is happening at Rufaro Stadium. So what I want to do, in case I forget, let's see as we see there the teams rolling in, and plenty of jubilation there. The students rolling in to Rufaro Stadium, and plenty of jubilation, Uche.
The beauty of this game, CNN, is that if you pick the crucial points in the opening 5-10 games, you'll be safe. Right now, they're not thinking about relegation.
Oh, no,
they're singing. You can see that the zeal, the determination is there, and the Highlanders are in for it. And CNN, what makes this interesting also, remember, Cape United, Highlanders, and Dynamos, all three big guns, are in the relegation matrix. And your Herentals, the new boys, they are sitting over there and watching. It's unbelievable.
And smiling.
And smiling.
Yes, Herentals smiling all the way to the bank, as they would say. And who will be singing, I wonder, at the end of the day? Will it be the Herentals supporters buoyed by those girl students and boy students who come in their hundreds or maybe thousands to support them? They go, Diwakazida, kusapota Herentals, ameno, ibora. Or we will be hearing the Highlander supporters saying, drumming up, Highlander, itimu yezwe lonke. There's an, as we see, I was just talking about Highlander, itimu yezwe lonke. They disembark from their bus at Rufaro Stadium, and Coach Bex, I wonder what is going through the minds of the Highlanders players themselves and head coach, new head coach, or the returning head coach, Peter de Jong.
Definitely, they know that for Highlanders, the pride of Bulawayo, the pride of Zimbabwe is Highlanders. And if Highlanders collect 3 points, everyone will be happy. So they will want to make sure that they work as hard as they can and collect the 3 points. I think we saw how Mbewa played, especially against Scotland, where we saw him scoring that important goal, which helped them to have them going to the next stage as well. That on its own means even today he has to be leading, showing that he has got the experience which is needed in the Highlander squad, and to be leading and giving direction.
Oh yes, one of the most consistent players we have in the country, Andrew Mbeba, the leader of the Highlanders pack, and so much will be heaped upon him to lead with gusto, like what we have seen him do of late. But can that be done? Brighton Ngobe will be expected up front to deliver the goods. And Uche, yes, the days of the Ndlovu trio are gone beyond us. But who can they look to deliver the goods?
Yeah, they have Risen Sibanda.
Yes.
I know he scored that head trick against Chicken in some time back, and he overpromised when the season was starting, but later on, no, he didn't perform to those dizzy heights. Then they also have Malvin Sibanda. They have Melikai Ngube, who normally operates in the middle of the park, supplying the balls up front. But up front, the CNN for Highlanders, to be sincere, it hasn't been happening. They do not have a regular goal getter, a regular goal poacher. So today against Herentals, which is very comfortable, I think Highlanders will draw inspiration maybe from Andrew Mbela, who has been edging the strikers up front. That is your Reason Sibanda as well as your Malvin Sibanda up front there.
Yes, so it is. And it's the time when we always invite you to listen in to what the gaffers are saying ahead of the two games. And the gaffers are ready for us. We talked to them earlier on. First, we talked to Celestino Paul Benza, popularly known as Uncle. And then later on to Peter de Jong of Highlanders. Sit back, take a listen to what they had to say.
We lost 2 games and then we drew 2 games. And coming into this 5th game for us, definitely is going to be very difficult because we have gone for 3 games without scoring a single goal. So we've been preparing very hard to try and work on finishing. And hopefully today we're going to get the much needed goal and get the 3 points. We do not have any pressure, but I always tell the boys that we are supposed to keep on working very hard, and we are supposed to, if we want to be the best, we have to beat the best. So that is our motivator, and I know that against the Highlanders or against these big teams like Dynamos, the boys always rise, and I'm hopeful that today they are going to do the same, and then we will get the win. I have Eric Dombo, who is out in knee injury, and then also I have Prince Chama, is also out injured, but all the other players they are ready for selection.
Preparations was okay. We did different training sessions with the team. We have a few injury players. Yeah, it is what it is. Injured players are not playing. Yeah, I cannot complain about preparation. Let's see what the players can do. Of their training sessions can translate to the game. We know it is a difficult game because Herentals is a good team with a lot of speed, a lot of physical aspect. Of course, they are still hungry that we them beat in the Subico Cup with 1-0. Okay, they are in the top 6 on the log. We need a point for relegation. Every point is 1 for us. We have had a few injuries. Okay, that is what it is, and the rest is. Yeah, the rest of the players are available. Dus hopefully do the players the job. We did a good trainingsweek, and the weather is good, good opponent, and let's hopefully open a good game for both sides.
There you have it, straight from the gaffer's mouths. First, Celestino Paul Benza, and then Peter de Jong. What do you think? Well, if you're Herentals, if you're Highlanders, you have your own thoughts. So, what is it going to be? So what I want to do straight away is ask the two experts who are with me here for their predictions. First, Coach Bex, your prediction.
1-0 to Highlanders.
1-0 to Highlanders, says Coach Bex. You Highlander supporters you must have jumped there. You're very thrilled. Uche?
I can foresee a draw, scoring draw, 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
All right. 2-2. So listen, I'm going to. I always have to balance it up, eh? Coach Beck's 1-0 Highlanders, 2-2 draw Herentals. So I have to balance it up. 1-0 for Herentals. So we'll hear who will be singing. Will it be these guys here? Their supporters, Diwaga Jida, supporter ma students, Ameno, Ibora. That's what they sing, and they'll be hoping for that as we see the students warming up. I mean, it's very lively, which, you know, when you hear these supporters, they're really in with their teams, aren't they?
Rightly so. My favorite song for all the teams is the Memo song.
Yeah, all right. All right, so the students just warming up. They're still gunning for a top 4 finish. They still think they can do it. 43 points, of course, on top. Scotland, if you didn't know, Scotland 59. They now have their own fate in their own hands. They're 59 because 5. So they win that outstanding game against Triangle at Gibbo. That is, they will be on 58. So they'll still be 1 point behind Scotland. So Scotland don't have to think about anything else. They just have to win. And Tondera and Diraya Stanza will know that. Their director, the Honorable Pedzisai Scott Sakupanya, will know that. So it's still Scotland or Zimbabwe. There, Highlander, itimu yezwe lonke. Wakalo mantengwane. Highlander. Coach Vex, the Highlander supporters will be singing.
Definitely the Highlanders supporters will be singing for their team, and even the players, the moment they hear them singing, that on its own motivates them, because they know their 12th man is always behind them. They don't expect anything rather than a win.
Oh yes. So this is going to be quite some. You see, because we've never had a situation like this, and Highlanders will probably, these players probably saying to themselves, if they meet the older players who are there, players like Tobias Mujigambanje, Douglas British Malloy, they're probably watching right now, and I know they will be saying to these younger players, you know, we never used to fight relegation during our days. That's what even Dr. Dumisani, he'll probably be telling them, Dumisani Nyoni, this penalty specialist. Oh, what is penalty specialist? Doctor, are you watching? Probably are. All right, so they'll probably be saying, we never used to fight relegation. But listen, times have changed. How times have changed. The big three are facing relegation. Just to remind you again, Coach Bex has it 1-0, Highlanders. Uche, 2-2. I have it, 1-0, Herentals. So who is going to triumph today? It's only one game, only one game. One game was played on Friday, 7 yesterday, involving the clubs threatened with relegation and sinking deeper. The bottom, Dynamos have moved out of the bottom 4. Right. What we are going to do now, we'll be talking more about that later. Let's cross over to Mbiles, to Rufaro Stadium, and join our guys in the commentary box. We'll be talking to you at halftime.
Good afternoon and welcome to Rufaro Stadium, and a lovely view there of the Jacaranda here at Rufaro Stadium. That is a beautiful sight indeed, thanks to our drone, which is certainly scanning the place here at Rufaro Stadium. And if you haven't had a good look at Rufaro Stadium from above, here it is. That's a lovely bird's eye view. And we do have, of course, couples coming to watch their favorite game here and enjoying themselves. Will they be smiling at the end of the day? That is the big question. Your guess is as good as mine. And here at Rufaro Stadium, well, the crowd is still building up, but we'll have to wait and see if we get, the sort of crowds that we saw yesterday here. And it's a bit early for them. Some of them would like to come in 10 minutes into the game or so. And if that happens, we'll say thank you. Highlanders normally bring in a lot of fans wherever they play. But today, I'm looking around and I haven't seen, a band of Highlanders playing. Confirmation of the combatants today. Herentals Football Club checking on Highlanders. Iboso. Today on the 5th of October. Another couple enjoying themselves here at Rufaro Stadium. And given his colors, it looks like he is a Iboso supporter. Black and white. And here they are, the two teams, as they trot on the field of play with Herentals in white, and that of course forces Highlanders to play in their away kit of black with patches of red. This is pretty new to me. I haven't seen Highlanders looking like this. It's either all black or black with patches of white. Yes. But today it's patches of red and black.
And one thing that I've liked about their strip, they're looking good. Of course, yeah, they might have reminded me of Blackpool of back in the day, but this is Highlanders looking splendid. And I also liked their back, because usually they put on a striped kit, which always gives a nightmare for commentators when identifying their numbers. They have a black background, which is clear for the numbers to show.
You can say that again. I remember complaining to them as we now pose for the national anthem. That is the national anthem Ngai Komborerwe Nyika ye Zimbabwe Kalibu Siswe Ilizwe Zimbabwe. God bless all land as the two teams now are making the traditional handshake before kickoff. And there is Ralph Kondera, the Herentals captain, jersey number 20, leading his team to meet the match officials before the toss is conducted. And it promises to be quite a big encounter because there were tempers flaring just before kickoff. We'll tell you more about that in a moment or two as we see the Highlanders fans enjoying themselves in the stands here. I was looking for them just before kickoff. I think they are still making their way into the stadium. There is the toss being conducted. It looks like Herentals have won it and are now deciding on what they should do. How come we've got two Highlanders players there? Well, Andrew Weber has just left. Arios Banda, the captain, former Zimbabwe international, should I say. And the referee now reading the right act to his assistants to make sure that the job is done properly, unlike the incident that happened yesterday. Confirmation there is Clarice Simango assisting. Ronald Nyani is the man in the center. Clarice Simango, first assistant of Bain Bengo, Lloyd Mapanje, and Mr. Mususa is the match commissioner. There is Highlanders, not looking like Highlanders. They've decided to change colors a bit. Black stays, but red comes in. And there they are now for a group picture. But like you said, Joseph, earlier on, they still look very immaculate in that strip.
Agreed, Stainless. The Highlanders are looking good, immaculate in their away strip there. And I think it's one of the jerseys that you also want to pick up for yourself. And you see Herentals are also looking good, like Mapostori in all white.
Yes, Herentals looking really good in a group huddle, trying to make sure that there is camaraderie and fighting spirit. Herentals lining up with Takaringa, Tinotenda Ishe, and of course they don't have Tino Benza, who has just been dropped to the bench, and he has been replaced by jersey number 33 for Herentals. Mazambani, Tinashe Mazambani comes in. I think there's a sudden change of mind there, and Ralph Kondera is leading the side today. Prince Mahembe alongside Innocent Benza, IB9. Professor Innocent Benza at 53, still running around on the field of play. Chila Moya with Arios Banda in goal, and he certainly will be directing operations from between the sticks. They've started without Mason Mshore from the bench, and I asked it why. Well, they told me that look, it's tactics, because we've got Velo Koza, and the Highlanders are coming back. They've had the substitute Velo Koza shown a yellow card alongside Mukumbi of Herentals for unsporting behavior on the field of play as the Highlanders there. Now we see the incident, the earlier incident where the referee had to come and talk to the concerned players. These are two combative players and they leave nothing to chance. And the referee is quite right in doing what he did.
Quite right. And interestingly, this incident happened before, way before kickoff, when the teams had actually trotted back to the dressing room to properly come in for the kickoff play. But now that incident happened before kickoff, just after warm-up.
Which is very unfortunate because it could lead to a spark later on. But Herentals, as we speak, are in possession as we start the first 45 minutes here. And Herentals player is down injured. Hopefully it's nothing serious. The referee just going over to make sure that he's all right. Yeah, it's the man who came in to know Tenda Mazambani, trying to go for a tackle. Andrew Beba was the first to arrive. And there was a clash of heads. I think Mahembe was hit on a soft spot, so it's a long throw gain. Mbeva playing as a right back this afternoon, and that's another free kick. Bit of careless play and a yellow card being flashed by the referee. I think it's too early.
Yes,
You know, some stand talking to the young man. That was not cynical. It's something, of course, careless, but I don't think you can start dishing out yellow cards at this stage. A bit too early, but he's the man in charge. And, of course, just number 24 for Highlanders being yellow carded there. I think, yeah, you saw the
high boot.
incident.
Yeah, it was a high boot.
It's a high boot.
Yeah, and it came in late.
Endangering his
Yes.
opponent.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But while still standing, you still want to look at it and say, okay, does the referee want to be heavy-handed from the onset, or they want the referee to exert his control by just being firm on the player, sound a warning, and just give the player an opportunity to redeem themselves?
Here's a chance now for Herentals. Very nearly caused a few problems there. Atanjov going down, I don't know why.
It was leaving it for the referee, for the goalkeeper to catch, but it was a case of miscommunication and also the ball bouncing off his back. It just bounced kindly for Highlanders, otherwise it would have bounced the wrong way.
Very the wrong way indeed, as the clearance is made. Highlanders taking it on the near side. Massive clearance coming from Lakon Kombi. Taken down easily. And this one runs into touch. Throw in to the students. The students playing from left to right. They are defending the city end here at Rufaro Stadium. Another foul, and the referee not happy with that. Free kick to Highlanders. The veteran, it's a Regents Banda, who was brought down playing with a mask, face mask today. He must be trying to protect his head. Peter de Jong, the Highlanders manager, having a close look downfield, trying to pull Highlanders away from the relegation waters.
And interestingly, he was here yesterday afternoon watching the troubled game between Dynamos and Ngezi Platinum. He was also part of the crowd. So Highlanders came in early into town yesterday, and they were part of the proceedings yesterday afternoon.
Yes, it's important. Yes, Herentals taking the ball away. Ball played through onto the far side. A chance for a cross. Here it comes! Just wide of goal, and I must say that Arios Banda did extremely well, coming out early, forcing the striker to miss the target. 0-0, but what a chance for Herentals.
What a chance for Herentals, but give it to Ariel Spanda, the way he timed his run to come in and intervene in the situation. Because the ball had been threaded through the Highlanders defense. It was split, and there was a good cross that was brought in from the left, but unfortunately the Herentals player there, who suffered the most, that's Prince Mahembe. Yeah, he went in there, he went looking for a tap in, but Ariel Spanda was good. He timed, and his intervention there from Ariel Spanda actually affected the flow of the direction of the ball. He was first onto the ball. He beat Ariel Spanda, but he didn't have enough curl around it to bring it inside into an empty net. So, yeah, Ariel Spanda showing his experience there between the sticks.
Yes, indeed, showing his experience and the saving Highlanders a goal. And the player has stayed down. Mahembe. Hopefully that he will be fine. It looks like he's fine. He's about to be helped to his feet.
Interestingly, Stanley, these two teams have met 10 times in the past 10 years since 2018. Highlanders have won 4, they've drawn 4, and Herentals have won 2. Those 2 matches that Herentals beat Highlanders were actually at Barberfield. So Herentals haven't beaten Highlanders at Rufaro Stadium. They've beaten them at Emagumeni, the 2 games that they've won.
If it's something that they have in their minds, that might work against them. But here's Mahembe once again, back from injury. to Mkiwa, who clips it forward. Headed away there by Nzovu Arthur. Picked up by the Malawian Nyondo. It comes into the center. Ball played through. Highlanders beginning to knock it now on the turf. Luckmore. It's picked up on the near side. Here they are, lovely interchange of passes. It comes back again. Highlanders back in the cross and hitting the bind, out of play. Corner kick. Wow. They nearly got up to celebrate.
The Highlanders executive.
Yeah, the Highlanders executive, led by Kindness Nzovu.
And Kenneth Msope.
And then Kenneth Nzope. The goalkeeper managing to punch the ball onto the upright. Corner kick to come for Highlanders. Slander takes it through, but this one picked up. Beva operating as a right back, very versatile defender. This one goes out of play. And that will be a throw in. Let's have a look at it again. The cross looking good. The goalkeeper did well, very well. And Takarinda keeping the ball out. Serving Herentals. The embarrassment of conceding the first goal. Here it comes into the box once again, but Highlanders couldn't take advantage. Here it comes now. Kaundera can't control. The dummy doesn't do well, but it's poked back, and they couldn't keep the ball in play. As this one rolls out for a throw into the students. Looks like Lot Chiunga would like to take the throw. Cross now comes in. Beva. This one is played into touch. Throw into Herentals. For a moment, Chiunga wanted to take it. Yes, indeed, you'll be famous tonight. You appear on television. That's a clearance. Played long down the line. Good chest down for Highlanders. We're now going forward. Ball played through. It's too far ahead of the intended target. And this one sails over out of play. He's trying to find Odiogan, the 19-year-old boy from Nigeria. Was playing for Gwanda Pirates. And in the end, Highlanders managed to persuade him to come and play for Chilamoya. As Arios Banda clears this one. I'm talking to Kindness and he tells me that they actually did a swap with Mboni Singube to get the 19-year-old Nigerian. Lovely work there by Mahembe. IB9 gives it away. It comes back once more. Mkiwa will take this one up. Picked up on the right-hand side. Beva goes over to engage. The cross will come. It's looking good. High in the air, but again, clearly cleared away. And that wonderful shot, and this one a bit too much height as it goes over. Ralph Kaundera, the captain. During his youthful days, that one could have gone in.
Yes, and also look at the technique that he employed there. There was a loose ball. He tried to control it with the underfoot. And look at the volley that he hit there. Very powerful. It's a good shot. It only just had too much elevation. But you can see the technique, the direction, just a few centimeters above the Ariel Spander's crossbar.
Yes, indeed. Ariel Spander a bit worried there. He knows all about Kaundera. Highlanders now trying to push forward. This one is taken away. They're under pressure. Blessing Piri, the cross, but again is cleared away. The Nigerian takes it on. It's Malawian Nyondo. This is the Nigerian being beaten here. The youngster at 19. But look at his frame. Chilamoya coming through. Surely the whistle should go as Odiogan is brought down. Free kick to Highlanders. Peter de Jong not happy with that. He has a lot to say to the match officials. The fourth match official.
Yeah, it was late. It was a late challenge.
Yeah,
it was a late challenge.
he got to the ball and the Herentals player never got to it.
Blessed Moyo there, I think would be fortunate to escape without talking to, or it's a caution if you compare it with the other incident that happened on the far side, on the Highlanders situation there.
I actually expect this to have been a yellow card.
Yes. So we wait to see if the ref is going to administer that after the player has been attended to.
Well, the ref has decided now to give him the benefit of doubt.
Yeah, Blessed Moyo survives.
Yeah, he survives. Free kick from Lakmon Mukombi. IB9 is not stipulated 10 yards, so Mukumbi has every right to complain. But then the professor finally obliges, and the kick can be taken. Jumbi. Again it comes at back to Highlanders. He's trying to shoot from there. Clearly shows that he's not respecting. Here comes Odiegan. The young Nigerian controls it well, getting past his marker. The cross doesn't get through. And Chiunga. This time it will be scrambled away by Majarira. And IB9 is too high for him, so that will be another throw to Highlanders. Nkuli is calling for it. The Hendricks, Peter de Jong, enjoying a sweet. Odiegan does well, playing it into the center. This one is laid square. The Highlanders are now pushing through. Play on the far side, Risen Sbanda. The cross will come. Good run. Here's a good cross. But first to arrive is Ralph Kaundera. Took too long to clear, but finally Highlanders closed them down, and that will be a goal kick. Very surprising to find that Highlanders have started without Melikaya Ngube. Mason Shure rather. Melikaya Ngube is in the side. Those two normally play very well. Sbanda, Risen. And this one all the way to the goalkeeper, Chakarinda, for Herentals. This one is played short. Luckmore. Kaundera. IB9 flicks it over. And he got hit in the face.
But I don't think there was anything there. I think the ball ricocheted and hit Benza's face, not a foul from a Highlanders player as it were. So very unfortunate incident there. He tried to control it, he lifted the ball up, and then the ball then bounced off his face. Look at it, and he's holding on his face. Of course, there was no contact. See, it's the ball that hit his face. So I think the referee in this instance, it's one of those calls.
Yeah, it's one of those calls whereby a decision has to be made in a split second. Right or wrong, a decision was made and play continues. Here is Melikaya, brought down on the far side. Free kick to Highlanders. 15 minutes gone. Goal is here at Rufaro Stadium. Highlanders taking on Herentals. Herentals being the home team. Confirmation of that scoreline. Beva playing as a right back this afternoon. Plays this one into the center, looking for the young Nigerian who does well. This is Lakmom Tumbi. Back again is Highlanders with Brian Lochwa. Finds Atla Ndlovu. This is Mbeva. clipping it forward, but headed away by Majarira. Kaundera has got a touch, and this one will roll out of play for a throw in to be taken by the versatile Andrew Mbeba. He's looking for his partners. Nobody in and around this area, but Marvin Svanda did well to make a bit of space. The return ball played through to Svanda, who allows this one out of play for a goal kick when he expected a corner, and the Highlanders fans not happy. But I think for a footballer, he should have just gone in to cross. This one taken away by Highlanders. They're looking for Odiogan, who goes down once again. And Odiogan is being penalized for bringing down Lord Chiunga. Blessing Moyo clips it long, headed away by Mbeva, picked up by Highlanders, who are now playing it with Mkuli onto the far side, looking for that was a valiant attempt, but that fails. It's Reason Svanda, who desperately tried to keep the ball in play. Malvin Kiwa preparing to take this throw. The 35-year-old player. Long ball headed away once more by Highlanders. Kaundera will pick this one up. This one is rolled back to Ndlovu, who then finds his goalkeeper in Ariel Svanda. Brian Mlochwa. Back to Adam Ndlovu. Highlanders just love to play it on the ground. When they do, and if you allow them to do that, most teams have suffered because of that. Long one indeed, but this one to nobody, as it is cleared away by Moyo. IB9 controlling it well, trying to find Mahembe, but beaten clean. And Clarissa Simango's flag is up for offside against Highlanders. 18 minutes played, 0-0 the scoreline here at Rufaro Stadium. Now we cannot really say there is any team here that is dominating the exchanges. The Nigerian has done well for a 19-year-old. He knows exactly his football. Odiogan plays it through. Lovely work, and Reason Svanda heads it forward, looking for Nyondo. But again, good clearance, and it's picked up in the middle of the park. Then it comes to Mahembe. Turns away from his marker. Ralph Kaundera. Dummy. It comes back to Odiogan. Referee tried to play advantage, but decided against it. So this will be a free kick after Darlington Mkuli was brought down. These fans still trying to figure out who is looking the better side here at Rufaro Stadium as we take another look at the incident.
It was a nudge.
It was a nudge. And the referee was spot on. This is another throw to Highlanders. 20 minutes played. Joe trying to look at who has actually settled down here. I'm still struggling. Have you?
Play is still scrappy between the two teams. Of course, Herentals look to have just a small tinge of better control, more control of the game, but still they haven't done anything with it. But still, there's nothing much to separate the two teams at the moment. We haven't had that moment of brilliance that can actually invite the crowd to get into the game.
Here is the Nigerian Odiogan, punched away by the goalkeeper. It was a deflection. The header comes through, just wide of goal. Highlanders nearly breaking the deadlock here. Take another look at it. The goalkeeper struggling to punch it away. Highlanders heading this one just wide with Lakmo Mtumbi. The defender having strayed into the opponent's box. Very nearly punished them. Takarinda with a long clearance as we take a look at the incident, the effort once again. A lovely touch. And one too many touches, but I think he was brought down there by the defender, Blessed Moyo. So Marvin Slander given the benefit of doubt. But in the meantime, I see that Mahembe, Prince Mahembe, is lying face down. Let's take a look at what happened. Well, this is the other incident. And Mahembe has stayed down. And once again, Joe, we pray that it's nothing serious, because I know that Celestino Benza would like to make tactical substitutions as opposed to injury-inspired ones. 22 minutes played.
Yeah, and if you want to make any substitution in the first half, and like now we've only gone 22 minutes, it may not be an ideal time to make any changes to your personnel. We hope it's not anything serious. Of course, it's a head injury, it's being attended to, and we just hope he's going to bounce back and continue the game. Prince Mahembe, that is. We see Mkamba being prepared to come in.
Mkumbi will be coming in with a yellow card, making life very difficult for Celestino Benza.
Yes, it's risky. So some of these things that we are seeing people where players at times earn unnecessary cards, which eventually cost them.
You know, when you look at Mukambi Godfrey, you know, somebody born in 1991, 34 years now, he should know all about, the discipline required to make your team successful. Out of your picture, Mahembe is being led off the field of play for further treatment. It's a head injury. Another couple enjoying themselves in the stands. No doubt as to who they are supporting because of the regalia. Marvin Spanda prepares to dispatch this free kick. Spanda waits and waits. The ref says, let's go. Here is the kick, easily cleared away by Herentals. Kiwa does well. Oh, that was a good shot. Good shot indeed from Rizin Spanda. The goalkeeper couldn't handle it. Corner kick to Chilamoya. Still 0-0 as we take another look after that clearance by Mkiwa. This one is parried out for a corner. I think he should have aimed for the far post. He went for the near post. It was relatively easy for the goalkeeper. But let's see how Highlanders will take this corner. Here it comes. The flick looks good. Nobody home there. And in the end, Mason. Malika Ngube rather, losing this one out. Looks like Highlanders, the visitors, are turning on the screw.
Yeah, Highlanders are now trying to find their foot in the game. They have recovered from the early onslaught from Herentals, and now Highlanders are asking more questions than Herentals. But still, play is not still. We are not at the Highlanders level that we have seen. We are also still not at the Herentals level that we have seen before. Yeah. So the two teams, whether they are sizing each other up, but still, we are looking for that spark that is going to ignite this game into life.
Yes, indeed. As Mkiwa comes in with a late tackle. IB9 has lost it. Marvin Spanda. The return pass, but taken away by Chiunga. Kaondera does well to clear. Then it comes back once more. Mahembe back on the field of play. To Chiunga, who clips it forward. The Highlanders have done well to defend as Melika Ngube will find Mbeba, who plays the short one. Melika Ngube being harassed Mbeva doesn't have the pace, or should I say the ball was overcooked and it has gone far too ahead of the intended target. Now it's Melvin Mkiwa to take it from the far side with 26 minutes played here. The students are in full voice in the stands, clad in their traditional pink tops. Here's Kaundera slipping it past his marker. Now it comes back to Blessed Moyo, but headed away by Arthur Lovo. This is Sibanda. Marvin. Back again to Odiogan, the 19-year-old, finding Nyondo in good space. Raising Sibanda! Not enough venom in the shot, but Highlanders once again, like I said earlier, they love to play the ball on the ground. It nearly came off on that occasion, but Sibanda did not catch it well.
Yeah, he found his space there and then he tried to take a shot. He didn't have enough sting to bother the goalkeeper. Yeah, but maybe a slight touch of the defensive play there by the Herentals player. Yeah, I think that's the effect. Yeah, it took away the sting out of the shot.
Yes, indeed, and once again, Herentals being put under pressure. The throw-in is good. Odiegan, oh, lovely stuff. He turns away from his marker. Oh dear. I think the crowd.
That's one for the camera.
He did.
And the fans are responding. The fans enjoying themselves.
Takarinda down. Yeah, the young man, I mean, I saw it. His ball control, the way he distributes it, it looks quite good.
And he's confident. He's happy with the ball. Yeah, one of our loyal fans of the game. He was even here yesterday during the Deramos Ngezi Platinum match. Yeah, he's one of the marshals at one of the famous bus operators in Zimbabwe. Yeah. Oh, that's a lovely punch from the Highlanders fan there.
Yeah.
He will claim that is probably better than Ariel Sibanda.
Oh, no ways. He might claim, but no ways. Sibanda is a veteran. He knows all about it. And now Takarinda being attended to. Hopefully it's nothing serious, so that Celestino Benza will make tactical changes as opposed to injury-inspired ones. Beba there, just delivering messages to his teammates. The same goes for Herentals.
And I'm sure Deramos will be watching this game closely, because the next fixture is Deramos are playing Highlanders in Bulawayo at Baba Fields. So definitely Deramos people are following this match one way or another, watching what to do, what not to do against Highlanders next week. That's going to be a big clash. So wherever you are, maybe next week the best place to be will be at Baba Fields Stadium next weekend.
I just hope I'll be able to be there, just so that you witness the Battle of Zimbabwe once again at Baba Fields Stadium. And I know that Highlanders, with their large legion of fans, they'll fill up Baba Fields Stadium to create a carnival atmosphere.
That's a given.
Let's see. Maybe we'll talk to the producer. He will do something for us. Takarinda preparing to dispatch this effort. Clips it long into enemy territory. Mbeva. Is it? No. And it's taken away. Danger here. As Herentals are trying to come through, and this one is out of play. Throw in. But of course, Tinashe Mazambani was trying to claim that there was a foul. The referee not interested. Let's see how this throw will come. Still goalless. It's going to be Melvin Mkiwa. Oh, it's a long one inside the area, dropping awkwardly, and they're struggling to clear. Chiunga, what a block! My goodness me, he's put in the effort. It was a thunderous shot, and he put his body on the line, saving the team in the end.
It was against his rib cage.
Exactly. I'm glad to say he's up and about and ready to get on with it. Another corner to be taken. 31 minutes, 14 to the Oranges. 0-0 the scoreline. Let's see. Oh, it's a long throw. Headed away, but not quite. Beva makes sure it's safe for Highlanders. Odiogan has swapped positions with Risen Svanda. So this will be another stoppage. And that's Melvin Mkiwa. The Herentals right back with some abdominal pain. Looks like he's feeling fine now. Should be able to continue. Long throw. This one is headed away. A massive clearance. Lots of height, no breath in it. Risen Banda slips. And Chiwonga trying to bear down on goal, but good defensive work there coming from Abanzovu. Plays that ball into touch. Throw in to the students with their fans here waiting for something to happen. How long will they wait? Your guess is as good as mine.
And on the part of Herentals, this game they don't have Tinashe Mpuma, who stands suspended out of this particular fixture. Yeah. So that's one man down as far as suspensions are concerned on behalf of Herentals. Tinashe Mpuma not part of the proceedings this afternoon because of a suspension.
Yes, indeed. Players should realize that, look, discipline pays in the long run. That ball has gone out of play. Melikaya failing to keep it in play. 33 minutes. And the throw-in will come. Makiwa is called upon to take it. Throw-in is taken. Makiwa slips it through. Herentals lose possession. Here it comes to Darlington Mkoli. The dealing headed away. This is Lot Chiwonga now. Turning in field. Chiwonga slips it through to the near side, and unfortunately Mahembe took his eye off the ball and it rolls out of play for a throw in. Come in, Joe.
Yeah, I thought there was a better option down the central channel, and he went for a more difficult option. I don't think he saw a run that was coming in from the center, where Brighton Majarira was. No, there was a better option to play at the central channel, but of course he missed it, and he went for the more difficult option down the right channel.
Lakmo Mutumbi picks up possession. Melikaya Ngube turns infield. Darlington Mkoli to Andrew Mbeva. The cross comes in. It's a long one inside the area, but Majarira stands firm, and it goes all the way back to Herentals, who make a long clearance. Mahembe was down. Play will continue. Mbeva urging his players to move into the box. This one easily taken away. Here they come once again. Prince Mahembe turning one way then the other. Can he get past his marker? Sticking to him like a leash. Mbeva makes sure it's safe. And this one will go straight back to the goalkeeper, Chakarinda, who finds Makiwa Melvin. Good pass into the center there to find Captain Ralph Kaundera. Ball played on the near side, and again some of Basila's attention on Mahembe. Kaundera slipping it through as the cross will come. That looked dangerous. In the end, Chiwonga could not kill it, but Kaundera does. And this one has gone out of play for a throw. Long throw from Blessed Moyo. It's cleared away. And another throw. Another throw to Herentals. Moyo once again to do the set piece duties. As we see there, one of the Highlanders technical members just finding out on which way the ball is going to go. Here it comes into the center. B9 brings it down. And this will be throw in.
Capes United will be replaced by Highlanders from 9. Highlanders will go one place up. Capes United, Highlanders will occupy position number 9, and Capes United will occupy position number 10 in terms of the relegation matrix. So still not safe for the two teams, the giants that we talk about, Highlanders, Capes United, and even Dynamos. Throw them in the mix.
Yes, indeed. It's very strange to find that the three big teams in Zimbabwe are fighting relegation. Reasons Band are playing it backwards. Highlanders exchanging passes, but this one picked up once again. It's guided back to the goalkeeper, who was put under pressure by Makiwa's pass, and finally he plays that ball into touch, and immediately Melvin Makiwa apologizing to his teammates for that hospital back pass to the goalkeeper. 37 minutes gone. Still these fans are looking for the opener. Some of them belong to rival teams who are here to see what happens because of the relegation matrix. I think it's about 10 teams that could easily end up being relegated if they don't get the results in time. Here's a second look at the incident. That was, of course, the veteran Nyondo, the Malawian, was once a member of the Malawian national team, but has since retired. The students are in full voice in the stands, with some even wearing Innocent Benza's jersey. The owner, and of course their center striker, there he is. This one headed forward. Sibanda brought down, so that will be a free kick.
We are talking about relegation matrix. The next fixture for Herentals is they are going away to Bikita Minerals, and definitely Bikita Minerals are watching this game. Look at that incident there behind Rizin Sibanda. Yeah, he was given a knock, a knee on his back there, and of course the referee awarded a free kick. Yeah. So Bikita Minerals, next week they are hosting Herentals, and Bikita Minerals will look for all 3 points. They want to redeem themselves out of Herentals. So they are definitely watching this game and seeing what they can do.
That's a lovely ball played through, but Dario Sibanda will allow this one out of play. Herentals beginning to improve on their approach work here, but the finishing is still missing. They've had several attempts at goal, with Highlanders players putting their bodies on the line to stop them from breaching that defense. Here's Adhansdorf's clearance, 40 minutes, 5 to the Oranges. Again, Nyondo harassing his opponents, comes back to Mlochwa. Mahembe, Prince flicks it through. Oh, this is but near side assistant referee's flag is up for offside. And at the moment we have got 2 match balls. Dario Sibanda throws away the other one. That's an aerial view of Sibanda, the goalkeeper. This one played into touch by Adhansdorf. Throw into Herentals. The students trying to get a goal before half-time here. Can they do it? Your guess is as good as mine. And And the Highlanders fans in full voice, waving at the cameras. This is a good cross, looking for Chiwunga, and he finds him. Chiwunga needing space. The cross comes in, Mlochwa clears. Neatly brought down. They're trying to find the reasons. Sibanda, but Majarira clears the danger. A lovely touch by Mahembe. This is Prince Mahembe, who's going forward now into the area. The shot comes in and Sibanda blocks it. What a save, what a shot. Good play by Herentals, and an equally good save by the goalkeeper Sibanda.
Agreed, and I was also interested to see if he was going to lay it on for Innocent Benza, who was also well positioned. He went in for a shot, and of course the keeper was equal to the task. Look at an interesting move where he found his way into the box, right, and then he went for a shot. I thought maybe he was going to center it towards the penalty spot, a cut back, and maybe someone will tap it in. But look, a striker is a striker. They will be confident in taking their own chances as they approach the goal post. Yeah. But yes, a good move from Herentals, but equally so a good save from keeper Ariel Sibanda, keeping Highlanders in the game.
Yeah, no wonder why the coach De Jong has chosen Ariel Sibanda to play in goals for Highlanders. He's doing a fantastic job for them. Here's another chance, and is it Chiwunga who has gone down? Hopefully it's nothing serious. Yeah, clumsy challenge there.
But if you look at it the other way, yes, fine, maybe there could have been a clumsy challenge on their feet, but Chiwunga's elbow actually hit Mkuli's face. Yeah, maybe not too much hard. It wasn't that hard, yes.
But the intention was there.
Yes, yeah. So maybe it's a chicken and egg situation, or half a dozen.
6 to 1, half a dozen or the other. Right, let's see how this one will be taken with 2 minutes to go. Makiwa asked it to leave the scene by IB9. This is a tricky one, and it goes over the bar. No problem for the goalkeeper except for a few anxious moments as the ball sails away, with Innocent Benza responsible for the set pieces. He brings in very, very tricky outfooters.
He's got a technique.
He's got a technique that really confuses opponents. This one taken down nicely, but Highlanders winning possession, putting pressure high up on the field of play. Here comes the Odiegan looking for Nyondo, but beaten in the air. Nyondo now controls it well. Finds Lakmo Mutumbi. Mutumbi drifting into good territory. This one played on the Nessa, looking for Melikai Ngube. Trying to find the Nigerian, but first Kaundera arrives on the scene and plays it off the young Nigerian. This will be a throw in, but in the meantime, is a Herentals player who is lying injured. Yeah, that will be a big blow because he's one of the centre backs playing alongside Majarira. If he ends up leaving the field of play, surely Celestino Benza will not be happy. With a minute to go, I think the match officials are about right. We didn't waste too much time.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, stoppages were few and far between, so a minute is fair. But then that minute, the players taking the opportunity to discuss tactics. Celestino Benza himself getting closer to the field so that he can pass on some messages. It must be boring. She's yawning. He's also yawning. Nothing much happening on the field of play. No wonder why some of us from the old school, we always lament that we no longer have draw cards at stadiums. I mean, for Highlanders, talking of Highlanders, you'll be talking Madinda Ndlovu, Willard Kumalo, Peter Ndlovu, and many others.
Mercedes Sibanda,
Rambo.
Peter yes.
Who can forget Benjamin Konjera?
Makanaki.
And we no longer have him here. 45 minutes played. 0-0 the scoreline. Your thoughts of the first 45?
Yeah, and well, a tame first half that we've seen this afternoon. Yeah, nothing really to talk about, except for a few attacks that Herentals pulled off, but we saw Ariel Spanda coming equal to the task. Herentals contained Herentals in the first part of the game, and Highlanders also came in and then threw some attacks at Herentals, who Herentals themselves were solid at the back. But in terms of highlights, we may not have as many as we would want out of this fixture between the two teams. But of course, we know that Highlanders is a carpet playing team, and the Herentals also, they're well coached team. They are good to watch, good to the eye. But in terms of the first 45 minutes, well, we didn't have much really to talk about.
Nothing much to talk about.
But
Let's see.
A goalless draw, a goalless first half, maybe fair.
Fair play, and let's get to hear what the analysts in the studio will have to say about the first 45 minutes. It's over to you guys in the studio.
Kumbiles at Rufaro Stadium, it's Herentals, the students, nil. Highlanders, Iboso, nil. Nothing much to write home about the chance. I think you will agree that the game evenly balanced, although maybe Herentals might have had one or two more chances, more cracks at goal, but evenly balanced, I think you will agree. And we'll wait to see what happens. But the bottom line is, Highlanders, should they win, they are safe. They are safe. Yeah, they will be safe from relegation. They will be on 37. It should be okay. If they draw, they are still threatened with relegation. Just like Caps United yesterday, they beat Simba Bora, but they're still not out of it. Dynamos were lucky to come away with a point against Ngezi Platinum, and they drew 1-1. They are still threatened with relegation. So the three big guns of Zimbabwe football still threatened with relegation. Coach Bex, Bekinyoni and Uche Achiford Mundava still in the studio with me. Your 45-minute analysis, Coach Bex?
Yes, looking at Highlanders, I think they will say the 45 minutes, the first 45 minutes, they are lucky to be not to have conceded a goal, because Herentals have been all over them, and even the way they are playing, you find at times they end to be grouping more in front of their box, and they are bound to be making mistakes. And the coach has to do something, especially from what he has on the bench, to try to make sure that he balances everything. They start to have the players who can really resist on midfield rather than what is happening at the moment. I think it's unfortunate that Herentals could get the one or two goals, but they have been dominating their opponents, and even when they look at it from their technical side, they will always say, guys, we should utilize our chances which we create. Highlanders is here for the taking, but we haven't taken them.
You see, this is why this game here is atrociously unpredictable and atrociously cruel. Because if you fail to put away your chances, you might pay for it in the second half. Will Herentals pay for it in the second half? We don't know. Only the Almighty up there knows how it is going to end. If you're just joining us, it's 0-0. That's the game that we're bringing to you live from Mbiles Kumbareoko at Rufaro Stadium. It's the students Herentals 0. Iboso Chilamoya Amahlola Nyama 0. And we'll see what happens. Uche is still here. Uche, we're just waiting for the goal. The goals, they won't come.
Yeah, CNN, if you look at this match in the first 45 minutes, there's no key highlight. Both teams are playing at pedestrian pace, though the balance of power is tilted in favor of Herentals. If you look at the heat map, the ball has stayed more in the half of Highlanders than for Herentals. But Herentals overpassing the ball in unnecessary areas without causing much threat, except that attempt on target by Lord Chiungwa, which was then thwarted by the Highlanders defense. In terms of up front there, Lord Chiungwa, Mahembe, they have a fair share of position. But the cutting edge, the venom levels are not that high for Herentals, because Highlanders are just sitting back. Why not punish them?
That's right. Right, why not punish them? Well, Herentals, like I said, you never know. In the second half, it could turn. It could turn, and it would turn in Highlanders' favor as we take a look at the highlights at Rufaro Stadium. Remember the earlier fixture at Battlefields ended 1-0 in favor of Herentals. And here they were, straight from the starting blocks. And they almost got one there, Coach Bex.
Yes, they almost got one so early.
They did, but Ariel Sebanda being recalled to come and be between the sticks for Highlanders. Very, very experienced. I think 40 now, somewhere there. And they say life begins at 40. So he's just beginning his life. Well, Highlanders were not to be outdone as they, Takarinda had to make that save, I think, from the young Nigerian there, Uche. But,
yes, that save, and there was the effort by Lord Chiungwa, which was a suicidal save there by the Highlanders defense. Otherwise, Herentals would have gone one up there. But again, that defender was there to make sure that he protects his goalkeeper. Herentals, I like their pinpoint accurate passing, but again, in that passing, moving forward, pedestrian pace is their major undoing. Come second half, like you said, this game is very cruel. Highlanders, they've been reading the game very well to say, oh no, they've been coming to us. Why not go for them? Because if you look at how these teams are positioned in the log, Herentals, they are not under any pressure.
They're not.
Next year they will be in the Premiership.
Exactly.
They have secured their visa. They have the green light. But Highlanders, they are still in the market quarters of relegation. So I think in the second half you will see a change in terms of the energy levels for Highlanders.
Yes, just to remind you, I have to keep reminding you, and for your team's sake, just to remind you, the teams that are number 9 downwards, that's from Caps United. They are all in danger of relegation. Number 9 are Caps United, number 10 are Highlanders, as we go on, and number 14 are Dynamos. They're all threatened with relegation. The bottom team, that's Kwekwe United, the Gold Boys, have already been relegated. They're just playing for academic purposes, but they've already been relegated. So who will be the other 3 to join them? Well, Green Fuel, they lost yesterday to Moors. So Green Fuel are bottom right now without counting Kwekwe. And then Yada are there as well. And then Bikita Minerals are there. And then Dynamos are in 14th. But Dynamos still not out of danger. So Chicken Inn just above Dynamos, not out of danger. As I told you, Triangle, yes, they did themselves some good. They beat Manica Diamonds. Well done to them there. They're still not out of danger. Manica Diamonds, the Gem Boys, still not out of danger. So it's blunt. From number 9 to number 17, all threatened with relegation. But that could change in the second half. For Highlanders, that is, if Highlanders can beat Herentals. If they beat Herentals, that's it. Highlanders can talk of playing Premiership football next season. So all you Highlanders fans know what it is all about, because the Herentals fans are already planning for Premiership football as we see another students attack here. Yes, they've, like I said, they've had more attacks in front of goal. And the veteran goalkeeper, Ariel Sebanda, Umangoy, has been the busier of the 2 goalkeepers, Coach Bex.
Yes, he has been the busier of the 2 and has really protected them as a goalkeeper. He has played his part very well to protect the team. So from that point of view, you expect maybe from the technical team to look at what they have. If you look at what they have on the bench, they've got Lenmo Muyambo, who is one of the anchormen, the midfielder general, who can really make sure they can have the safety of the defense. They also have got Mason Musore. They have got Never Wish up, who can also go and add up some firepower. They also have got Prince Lovu, who also can give a problem in attack. So
Yes, as we keep checking the highlights there, Uche.
Yes, and that Lord Chiunga attempt on target, we find that the goalkeeper parried not quite. There was not quite, but Lord Chiunga there going for the kill, but somehow that defender making the difference. Looking at another angle there, full throttle, full-blooded shot, but the defender suicidal and saving the day for Chilamoya, the CNN. So you find that at times the defender was positioned on the right position in the path of death, but going there to hit the bullet.
Yes, as we see, Highlanders, well, not to be outdone, they did have their moments, of course. There were fewer, but here were their moments. Iboso, and Audience Ganzi, the Nigerian, having a cricket goal here, and Takarinda doing very well to thwart that attempt there, Coach Max.
yes, the goalkeeper that did very well for Herentals kept them in the game. Yes. So in the early parts of the game, you could see Highlanders were attacking, but later on, they fizzled. That's what they need to correct.
That's what they need to correct. I mean, Takarinda, yes, has been called. Ariel Sibanda has been the busier of the two goalkeepers, but Tino Takarinda has also been called to save fewer times. But there, as you can see, him very, very stylish as well, going down, covering the ball with his body.
That shows he doesn't have much pressure. Under a lot of pressure, you don't have time to say, let me sleep a bit.
To get a little bit of sleep. You know, those are straight. Can I win a bag? Win a band. Opens, you know, we are Zakaipa. What's in a band? I'll play. So, you know, Tino Takarinda just having time at Kumbo play. Right, very, very interesting indeed. I'm sure we're going to see a more exciting second half, and we might see a goal or two. Tino Benza, of course, he was scheduled to start, but then he was pulled out by his uncle. That's Celestino Paul Benza. Yes, if you didn't know, Paul Benza, the coach, is the younger brother of his dad. The dad is, of course, the Honorable IB9 Innocent Benza, Professor Innocent Benza. So we'll have to see what can happen, and Highlanders will still be a bit upbeat because they did manage to beat Herentals. They knocked them out of the Chibuku Super Cup quarterfinals, and then if some people thought it was a fluke, they went further and they knocked out Scotland, Mabira. Of course, Scotland now have their eye on the big one, hoping to emulate the history that was made by a team called Chauya Chipembere, Black Rhinos, back in 1984. Can Scotland do that in their first year in the top flight? Can they win the league title? That is the big question. Simba Bora are the only ones that are there to threaten them. So let's cross back to Rufaro Stadium and rejoin our commentary team there. Remember, at halftime, it was Herentals 0, Highlanders 0. So we will be talking to you at the end of the 90. Yeah, we're just waiting there to rejoin the guys at Rufaro Stadium as the teams are just trooping back for the second half. I'm sure everybody, even these players, know at Highlanders, they know if they win, that's it. They can start breathing easy and talking about Premiership football next season. But of course, it's not the same yet for their two other colleagues. That's the Green Machine, Caps United, and Dinamo Dimbare, Hainangezi. Right, maybe the guys are ready for us now. Let's check.
As Highlanders trot back on the field of play, and Herentals are already on the field of play. You can see there Innocent Benza ready to kick off. The Highlanders just out of your picture, I've got Mason Mshore and Nevarauji, as the fans are beginning to make their way back to their positions. Everyone is ready to see how this game will progress.
It's an interesting substitution on the part of Highlanders, Stanley, because they've taken out Rizinsbanda, who I think is one of their most reliable sharpshooters. Because Rizinsbanda, as we speak right now, he's Highlanders' top goal scorer with 8 goals. So maybe Coach De Jong seeing something that is not clicking on him and having to pull him out. But I thought Rizinsbanda was one option that was going to give Highlanders a goal or two. So, but anyway, the coach has the final say. De Jong pulling out Rizinsbanda, their top goal scorer, who currently has 8 goals for Highlanders.
Let's see if Neva Rauji will be able to please his coach, that's Peter de Jong, as the referee blows to start the second half here at Rufaro Stadium. Herentals now playing from right to left. They are attacking the city end and defending the Mbare end, while Highlanders are attacking that Mbare end and defending the city end. Here comes Mahembe. Innocent Benza! Oh! Nearly caught the goalkeeper off.
Take a shot at goal. It was a beautiful, a well taken shot, and Honorable Professor Benza there with a shot at target, but of course it was off target. Yeah, Ariel Spanda will tell you I had it covered. Yeah, but I like the connection. He had a good connection with the ball, a good pace, but just the elevation which was too much.
Because if that was on target, I tell you that Ariel Spanda would have had lots of problems with that one. It was high and dipping viciously, but just that it went over his crossbar. Bevastro. This one played through. That was Mason Mshore, the youngster with silky skills, operating in the middle for Highlanders. And Piri has been immediately assigned to take care of Mason Mshore. Blessing Piri. He's sticking to him like a leash. Mbeva's throw once again, and it goes away as Majarira blasts it. This one comes down and collected by Melikaya. Back to Nzovu, and all the way to Spanda. Ariel Spanda gets support on the far side, and a touch. It's out of play for a throw to Herentals. This one is once more played through. The two teams trying to avoid conceding an early goal at the start of the second half here at Rufaro Stadium. It's still goalless as Chiunga shuffling the ball from one foot to the other. Good skills, and the cross, not a good one, out of play. Goal kick for Ariel Spanda, the veteran and Highlanders captain. He's been in football for quite some time. I remember in 2006 here at Rufaro Stadium in a Coca-Cola tournament, he was one of the goalkeepers. Alongside, well, playing in the same team was a good looking cross and kept in play. Good effort. Then again in the area, and that's a hopeless effort, but somehow it stays in play. Chiunga. This is a chance now, one for Piri. Herentals failing to take full advantage, and finally taken away by Nyondo, the Malawian, 34-year-old Malawian player. And this time the ball is played back to Spanda, the goal minder for Chilamoy. Highlanders, Ibozo, take your pick. These are now the giants of Zimbabwean football, but this year it's not reflected on the log standings. Mason Shore looking for Adiogun. It's a big framed Adiogun. Wins the ball He beats his marker. Here it comes once again. Good chance for Nyondo. Looking for space, doesn't find it. And it's played wide on the far side once more. Highlanders working it backwards. Keeping the ball in play. But the Herentals fighting and fighting. It comes to Mason Mshore. And yeah, Highlanders looking very comfortable on the ball. Mbeva. Ball kept in play. Rauji did well. Still has possession. Never Rauji on the far side. Lovely ball on the far side to the young Nigerian, but this one taken away by Mahembe.
There's a Herentals player down. Of course, Highlanders kept on playing the game. There was a Herentals player who was lying down in agony while everything else was happening. Yeah, that's Chiunga. That's Chiunga. But of course, in terms of football laws, Highlanders will have no obligation to stop playing. They have no obligation to stay, to keep the ball out of touch for the player to receive attention, unless the Herentals themselves will pick up position and then kick the ball out. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but of course, eventually they have to stop play and allow the player Chiunga to be attended to. And there we see a mixed crowd there, some Caps fans, Dynamos fans, as well as the Herentals family there, someone enjoying their favorite snack.
Yeah, he's having lunch.
They're lovely scenes to see at the stadium. Yeah, she will get some inspiration. And of course, the Highlanders fans themselves are up and singing and dancing. Someone, the Highlanders fans, they're inspiring the Dynamos fans to go engage in a Zulu dance.
The Chiunga hobbling to the touchline as we take a look at what happened. Yeah, I think
Yeah, it was nothing malicious.
yeah, just contact with the defender Mtumbi who managed to win the ball. And I think that's why the ref didn't blow. Highlanders lose the ball to Kaundera. Oh, it's a good looking opportunity for them. Mahembe stumbles and it goes out for a goal kick. Ariel Swanda prepares for a quick clearance. He wanted his players to move upfield. Now he's calling them back. Long effort. Beva. And into touch. For a throw to be taken by Melvin Makiwa. Another player. I think somebody should rush because he's looking up and motionless. And the medics are on the field of play with their stretcher. Looks like it's something serious.
That's not Chiunga.
Lot Chiunga, yes, he was down a short while ago.
So maybe that's
After being tackled, if it's the same injury, he might have to be substituted. And of course, Celestino Benza jacks his bench into action. They all started warming up. That's Chimbetu, Wilmore Chimbetu. Comes from a very famous family, made famous by music. Who doesn't know Simon Chimbetu and his brothers? Then we've got the son Sulu doing wonders on the musical scene, and Wilmore is trying to do so on the football field as we take a look at
yeah, maybe I think his landing was awkward.
Yeah.
But in terms of the competition for the ball, I think it was a fair challenge. I think maybe the follow through and the momentum of his body caused further complications on him, and you see him being pulled out there and replaced by Wilmore Chimbetu.
Wilmore Chimbetu comes on for Lot Chiunga. Confirmation of that substitution on the left hand side of your screens. He's also a very versatile player. He can play in midfield, can play as a centre back, right back, left back. Whatever you give him, Wilmore will do it. Makiwa takes a throw. This one headed backwards. And it's guided back to the goalkeeper. Darlington Mukoli playing as a D-link. Mutumbi wins it. Mukoli once again. Clipsy, that I think it was too hard, he couldn't control it. There's Makiwa ready to dispatch another throw. It's a long one. Comes back to Herentals, but they lose it out almost immediately. Another throw to Herentals. But fighting for possession, like their very lives depend on it. Each time they lose it, they close down their opponents. Kuli clears. Nyondo skips past one man. Oh, ball played through. And Mason Mshore is caught offside. The pass was delayed and he was caught offside. So that will be free kick. These are the near side assistant ref.
The ref was rushing to the Herentals bench there to caution Majarira. I'm sure Majarira must have exchanged a few unpleasant words and the ref didn't like it. So the ref was just rushing down to the Herentals bench to give him some word of advice.
Yes, play inside now the Herentals half. Good sliding tackle by Mtumbi to play the ball into touch for a throw in. Quickly taken, it comes back. Here's a chance now, but Nkuli did very well. And in the end, this one will be given to Herentals, much to the chagrin of the Highlanders fans. You can see them calling him all sorts of names. They're lucky that they are not on the field of play. It normally attracts yellow cards. Here's Majarira. Finally picked up by Mahembe, trying to pass the ball into the near side. But of course, Arios Banda, with all those years of experience, knows exactly what to do. Makiwa, all by himself to clear the ball long. Beva heads it backwards. It's picked up by Melika Ngube, brought down, free kick. According to Chinyani, the man in the middle. Tumbi now clips it forward. This header goes straight to Takarinda. Takarinda now to clear. Finds his teammate who is being harassed unfairly. The ref intervenes and that will be a free kick. Tinashe Mazambani now on the bench. Initially he was in the first 11. There it is. Tightly monitored by Andrew Mbeva. The free kick has been taken and Highlanders have just cleared it. This is chance for the clearance of Blessed Moyo. This one picked up on the far side. Herentals trying to push forward with Clement Gobu. IB9 once again trying a left footer into the near post. It doesn't pay off. Melikaya and Ralph Kondera is lucky to get away without a card on that occasion. That was careless. But I'm sure the referee had a word with him. But Highlanders will tell you. Make sure he doesn't lose it. sure he's saying that it was a pass to you, but unfortunately he was coming from an offside position. He couldn't take it. This is a goal kick by Takarinda. The Herentals goalkeeper, a long one forward, headed away by Highlanders. Still goalless. Mason Mshore making it difficult there for Mutumbi. Throw into Herentals. We've now reached the hour mark. 30 minutes to go. And it's still goalless. Here's a long throw. Comes down, Highlanders pumping long balls forward. Confirmation of the scoreline. Kaundera. Been very outstanding in the middle of the park, playing as a D-link for the students. This is a good-looking cross. It's overcooked. And it goes out of play for a goal kick. Chimbetru was the provider, but his effort had too much power behind it. Beva, taken away by Makiwa. Melvin. Ball is played through. And Adadlova does well to defend. And this one bounces off into touch for a throw, which will be taken by Herentals. Some tired legs out there. I can see Makiwa walking all the way to pick it up. Rauji, Beva. Highlanders get a free kick. It's Beva doing. Well, he will say it's because I had an opponent right in front of me. I couldn't play the ball.
Which is an issue to do with the mind. Yeah, playing mind games, trying to frustrate and work each other's mind out. And by the way, Highlanders will be celebrating 100 years of existence next year, 2026.
Again, the young Nigerian loses out, but Highlanders recollect possession. Back again to Odiogan, formerly of Gwanda Pirates. Ball played into touch. The corner will come. The throw-in rather will come. It's a long one into the area, and Herentals have done well through Blessed Moyo to head this one out of play. Another throw. This could be dangerous. Odiogan's effort, and it's easily cut out. Dofu. Long one inside the area. Good clearance. And now Mahembe. Chimbetu. Throwing. Just taking a look at this young Nigerian. He looks huge for his age. Lots of singing in the stands. Out of your picture, a player is injured, and these fans are worried. Are they? Yes, it's a Herentals player. No wonder why their faces are looking worried. Kaundera and Makiwa are there to help out. The referee finally gets there, and the Herentals medics are on.
When you talk of Highlanders, we are talking of a big institution, one of the oldest clubs in Zimbabwe. They've also had got 7 league titles to their name. Highlanders won the league title in Zimbabwe in 1990, 1993, 1999, and they defended the title in year 2000, 2001, 2002, and then 2006. Yeah. So yeah, they've been part of the story of the football story in Zimbabwe.
After 100 years, that's an impressive run.
And with that, they've also picked up 8 Chibuku Trophy tournaments. and of course got 10 Zimbabwe Independence trophies. Yeah, so definitely Highlanders. We can't talk of football in Zimbabwe without talking about Highlanders.
Definitely, definitely. They will always be in the conversation. It's one of the big two teams in the country, them and Dynamos. Of course, Joe, you might want us to remind us about Chikwata, Zimbabwe Saints.
Oh yes.
Yes, one of the big teams that were in the country, Chibuko Shumba,
Chauya
Acadia
squad.
United.
Yes,
Yes.
Acadia Cows.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Those were the teams that we enjoyed watching. Yeah.
And the ref once again stops play. I think it's a free kick, a throw in to Highlanders. And the referee separating players are almost coming to blows. You wonder what for?
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do
Yeah.
that. Even if you are aggrieved.
Can't threaten.
Because you may actually come out the West and getting yourself a card because of retaliation.
Finally, Innocent Benza calls it a day. In comes Joao,
And Simkambi.
just number 90.
Oh yeah,
Finally-
they made 2 changes.
Yeah, 2 changes. And Mukambi comes on. And they are benching just number 24.
That's Bob Clements.
Clemens Govu calls it a day. In comes Godfrey Mukambi, who joins the fray with a yellow card. I don't know if Celestino Benza is aware of that. Given the way that he plays his game, very physical and at times careless. Will he last the last 20 or so minutes?
I hope he got enough briefing from the coach that I'm bringing you in. Remember, you are sitting on a yellow card before kickoff, so you need to watch yourself. But that was a high put in the box.
Goodness me.
I don't know how the referee missed that.
Let's see if we can get the replay as the ball goes out of play here. That is a shocking decision. Confirmation of the substitutions, the changes by Herentals. Referee says play on. He's not worried about what happened. Here they come once again with Kaundera. And another free kick to Herentals. In a very promising position. That De Jong is not happy with the last incident inside this box. Let's take a look at that.
Surely that deserves some attention.
Yeah. Hey, Mason Mshore,
And then he blows for that.
and then he blows for this one. Well, both were fouls, and I think he should blow for both.
And
That looks like Amin Somapiri.
Somapiri.
Yes.
One of the legends of the game. He lit up for the Zimbabwe football game during his playing days for High.
Yes.
Who was known for his deadly headers in the box. He had a number of goals that he scored off his head, Makwinji Soma. So that was Amin Soma for you, who is now the team manager at Highlanders.
Free kick for Herentals, a long one inside the area. They can't get to it, and that was a Piri Blessed. He brought down Arthur Zovu. The referee has blown, and he's going over now to check on Arthur Zovu. Yeah, fans are not getting their money's worth here. It's a long yawn at Rufaro. As Avandov will stay down, now needing some treatment. Here's how it all happened. He also landed awkwardly. He might have been fouled, but the landing was also awkward. Yeah, I just hope that he'll be fine and able to continue with the game here. He is Highlanders linchpin at the back. These fans know all about that. They're enjoying themselves in the VIPs stand. Spanda clears it long. It's a very long one. This one picked up on the near side desperately. Makiwa is going back on the field of play. to stop play so that they can be attended to. And now he sees that nobody is coming. Play will continue. He has to get up. Highlanders have got possession and they are not obligated to play the ball into touch. Herentals now going forward. And good block by Beva. Makiwa miraculously recovers. And it takes a long throw. This is a chance, but good clearance by Ndlovu. Such a tough defender. Kaundera picks it up now. Lays it wide to the far side. Chimbeto Wilmore. This one stopped in his track by Mtumbi. Belikaya. Ngube. The Highlanders now trying to go forward. 20 minutes to the 90. Blessed Piri's effort. It's headed away. Beva takes it away. Highlanders onto the near side. Never Rauji cannot work his way past an opponent. Takes a bit of time. And he loses possession. Now it comes to Joao. Godfrey Mukambi gets the return pass. Lays it through. Good defensive work there. Mukambi misses completely. Rauji can now go forward. A lot is expected of him. Rauji rounds off his marker, turns away. Is brought down by Kaundera, who surely will be going into the referee's book. He's lucky that it happened outside the penalty box. That could have been a penalty for Highlanders. Here's another look at it. Kaundera couldn't deal with Rauji. The youngster turning sharply, and he was hacked down by the veteran defender. The referee just indicating that you play to the whistle. Highlanders fans expecting something special from this one. It's a very good distance. And if they've had hard hitters like the late Rambo or Willard Kumalo, they would be expecting something special here, as the referee confirms the yellow card for Ralph Kaundera, the Herentals captain. Beva is backing away. So is Mtumbi, who is going to take it between the two defenders. Mutumbi, oh dear, he can't shoot. High into the stands and no problems there for the goalkeeper Takarinda. Takarinda has just gone down, trying to drawing the attention of the ref to the fact that he cannot continue. He needs treatment. I didn't see how he picked up that injury, but in the meantime, Highlanders are warming up. Two of their players.
Tendai Mubuti and Brighton Murray are being prepared.
Yeah. Surely Mkiwa deserved some attention there. He tried hard to come back and stop play. It didn't happen. Chinyani was not interested. Play continued, and then he remarkably recovered to carry on playing. Look, it's a men's game. These things happen. But I don't know what happened to Takarinda. Did you?
No, I didn't see any. But it definitely was not to do with that free kick. Maybe he was carrying some pain, and then of course he found an opportunity to receive some attention. But boy, that free kick didn't bother him. It was shot off target, and there was no one marking him at the moment, at that time. But yeah, he's down at the moment. Takarinda Chinutenda Ishe. Confirmation of a red card, yellow card from the referee.
Yeah, for time wasting, I think. Trying to discourage him from taking the momentum from the opponents. Here is the free kick. Went over the bar. He was walking fine. Then what did he do? Picked up the ball, then decided to get injured. There he is. I think he deserves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He does. Because you wonder where he picked up an injury from. Definitely delaying.
Yeah, delaying tactics. 75 minutes, 15 to go to the 90. As Highlanders confirm their changes here. Darlington Mkuli, the D-Link, calls it a day. And then Brighton Mube, just number 17, will come on. So is jersey number 12. And I think De Jong will choose not to use. He's taking his seat. And Nyondo calls it a day as well, the former Malawi international. And in comes jersey number 12, Tendai Muvuti. Confirmation of the scoreline, 0-0 here at Trufaro. Highlanders, of course, would have wanted to pick all 3 points to stay clear of relegation worries. Goodbye comes in and Kaundera, the captain, chips it through into the box. Chimbetu tries to play this one in. Highlanders. Then Makiwa somehow misdirects his effort. Goes out of play. Confirmation of the substitution. Brighton Mube for Mukoli Darlington. Looks like it's like for like, according to Peter de Jong, the Dutchman. Tendai Muvuti for Atusai Nyondo.
Looking into this game, Stanley, and so in consideration of the home and away form, Herentals' home form are currently 9th. They are the 9th best team in terms of home form. They picked 22 points out of their current 43 points, which they picked up from home. Whereas Highlanders' away form, their current 10th best away team, picking up 15 points out of their 34 points that they have.
Yeah, 9th and 10th. That means that there isn't much to separate these two teams. No wonder why we've got a goalless draw. But here comes a chance now for a goal. A good run on the far side, but good block by Herentals. They are looking for Joao. Hit away by Ndlovu. Melika Ngube. That's a short one. It's taken away. A good looking cross. Sibanda will pluck it off there. Takes a long throw. Tendai Muvuti has picked up possession. This one, for a moment I thought it falls kindly. Yes, it does. Trying to work their way. This is Brighton Mube. Back again to Andrew Mbeba. Highlanders turning on the screw. Good defensive work by Herentals. And finally cleared away. Mukambi Godfrey. Melika Ngube. Almost losing out. And wow, that was some good defensive work. Because if that ball had gone through, surely the goalkeeper would have been tested. And a long throw forward. And finally it's cleared away. Mason Shore. Melika Ngube. Odiogan. Herentals now picking up their game here. This is their captain, Ralph Kaundera, Joao. And he's picked up on the far side by Chibetu, who plays it through, but Beva is on guard. Chibetu once again. Mahembe. They have to keep a tight rein on the movements of Mahembe. And in the end, it's wasted by the captain, who was thinking of some headlines tomorrow. Changes for Herentals. Majarira and Mahembe will call it a day for Chisi. Tawanda Chisi, a midfielder. And another Herentals player is injured. This is the man who is supposed to come off. Prince Mahembe. I think his captain has just told him that, look, your name was up.
I think they told him that if you need medical attention, go and receive it outside.
Yeah.
You are lying down in pain, and then only to be told, no, bruh, you need to go out, you need to leave the pitch, you are being taken off by the coach.
Exactly, and let's take a look at how the injury happened. Chimbetu's cross. It was an accidental clash, and finally Joao will place it for. Now Arias Banda doesn't want to use that ball. Yes.
Superstitions.
Superstitions. We saw two of the players getting yellow carded, Godfrey Mukombi and Bello Koza, because of belief in Juju. Makiwa. Joao fighting for possession. This one played into touch. Throw in to Highlanders, and they'll be taking it through Andrew Mbeva. Confirmation of the changes. Majarira for Godfrey Mukambi. Am I saying correctly? Mukambi came on as a substitute, and he's been taken off. Some hard tackling, and that's a lovely ball played through, and a good run on the far side. They've done well, Highlanders. Raushi past one man, but he's brought down. And looks like the captain, once again, Raul Kondera, must be very careful. He's on a yellow card, walking on a tightrope. As we see Joao there, trying some acrobatics. But never Raushi, since coming on, he's been a thorn in the flesh for the Herentals defenders. Can you imagine what could have happened with Mafios Chaweta? It could have been a totally different story. And, this man in the picture not happy with the officials. It would be interesting to try Nube, yeah. It would be very interesting to hear what he's talking about.
Definitely they were not in agreement with the fourth official. Whatever exchanges that they had, Try Nube and Lloyd Mapanje were not on the same page.
Highlanders now coming back. Long cross in the area. This one headed away. Goal kick to Herentals. Their goalkeeper walking slowly. You can tell with the body language is that of someone who wants this match to end as soon as possible so that they can pick up a point. Ball is played short. It's Majarira, the defender, clipping it long. Joao beaten in the air, but the ref says no. Atandovu headed him in the back. Looks like he's also injured. He must have headed him in the back. And he's calling on both sides to bring in their medical teams to attend to the injured players. And once again, we pray that it's nothing serious as we take a look. Yeah, Atandovu, he was going for the ball. Same as Joao, the two players clashed. Look at it. He's even injured on his forehead.
Yes.
It's a tough life being a footballer, Joe.
It is, yeah. It's also risky. And this one was one such incident where Atandovu was actually going for an error ball. And he came out unfortunately with a head injury.
Now something that can be solved on the field of play, not resulting in his premature substitution. Atandovu is a rock at the back for Highlanders.
And by the way, this is the only fixture being played in Zimbabwe today. Is the only fixture in Zimbabwe. Most of the games were played yesterday. Just maybe a brief run through the results from yesterday. On Friday, Scotland beat Chicken in 1-0. Then yesterday, Platinum and Yada drew 0-0. ZPC Kariba beating Bigita Minerals by 2-0. Then Dynamos and Ngezi Platinum here at Rufaro, they drew 1-0. And just some of the results that we got from yesterday.
Yeah, the draw yesterday, I'm told, was an ill-tempered one. Makiwa and the goalkeeper Ariel Banda collects. Playing a long one, looking for Aushi, who is being harassed unfairly. And but another yellow card will be coming.
But what will be interesting then, Stanley, was he the last man? Was he the last defender for Herentals? Because if he's picked up a foul for pulling a Highlanders striker who was off on an attack, then it might be interesting to see if the Herentals defender was the last person in the defensive line, which ordinarily we would know should have a card of another color other than yellow.
Well, unfortunately, we do not use VAR yet. The referee only saw it in real time. Mazambani Tinashe, the substitute.
Okay. Maybe this angle does not give us the view of where the other Herentals player was.
Yeah, this is an aerial view from our drone.
Well, there were two Herentals defenders, but we want to know.
Good looking cross. Good defensive work there by Herentals. Highlanders were closing in on a goal. Corner kick to Chilamoya. 0-0 the scoreline. 4 minutes to the 90. Can they break the deadlock here, Highlanders, with this corner kick? Let's wait and see. It's Tendai Mufuti to dispatch the corner kick. Played long into the area. Comes back again to Mufuti. And it's taken away by the goalkeeper. Punching it out for a throw-in. They're calling on Andrew Mbeba to come up with these traditional long throws. And there's some more changes from Highlanders. It's a Prince Ndlovu set to come on. Play continues. And that desperate clearance as the ball I thought it would roll kindly, but Ndlovu was unfairly brought down. The referee has blown. This will be a free kick to Highlanders. Very close to the halfway line.
Highlanders are putting out
Odiogan, the youngster, calls it a day. And in comes Prince Ndlovu, their playmaker.
He's one interesting young man.
Very, very interesting youngster.
Very promising.
Him and Melikai and Mulbe, as well as Mason Mshore. The trio will surely graduate into the Zimbabwe national team as time goes on. This is a long ball inside the area. The shot blocked. Well taken by Beva. This one, Ndlovu. And the clearance looks good. And then Ndlovu gets a yellow card. The Herentals player is feeling the pain. That's Tinashe Mazambani.
And that's our legend, Agent Sawu. Agent Sawu there who's trying to cool tempers there. Yeah. Known for his deadly left foot in front of goal for both Zimbabwe Saints and the Warriors.
I don't forget the day that we beat Egypt at Rufaro Stadium, him and Peter Ndlovu scoring for the Warriors. We'll never get players like that, not in our generation. Adam Ndlovu, confirmation of the yellow card there. And of course that the push. It's a wild push on Brighton Majarira, the big defender. Free kick to the students. as we drift into the 90th minute. I wonder how many minutes will be given here. We had the goalkeeper Takarinda with his antics. A few of the Herentals players were getting injured. This one will run into touch. 90 minutes, only 2 minutes of stoppage time. The referee is probably sick and tired of watching this match here. It has decided to end it as early as possible. 2 minutes only. Beva. But then Herentals are standing firm, and this one is out. And Beva to take the throw. Guides it backwards. Brian Mlochwa. Anywhere goes for Brian Mlochwa. Throw into Herentals. Very soon it will be a minute to go to the final whistle. Melvin Makiwa. Ball flick through. Highlanders keeping possession. Mason Mshore. This one for Aushi. He does well to play this one back. The cross not good enough by Mbeva. And this one goes wide. But I tell you, one of these days, these passes are going to come through. Highlanders will be scoring some spectacular goals.
Yeah, I think he got the technique wrong there. He used his out-footer. Look at the lay on there that was given. And he went in for the left shot. Yes, fine. But I think his out-footer technique let him down. Because the ball will always curl outward away from goal.
I think it's because of the attention there from the Herentals defender. Otherwise, we know Mason Shore would have produced a good shot to bother this man in the picture. Tinotenda Takarinda, who clears down the line. 15 seconds to go to the end of this match here. 0-0 the scoreline. Just 5 seconds. Mube Melikaya into the center circle. And the referee right on the dot blows to end the match here at Rufaro Stadium. Admittedly a drab encounter. Nothing much to write home about. Both sides struggling to string together a number of passes that would make sense. But of course they'll be happy with the point that they each gained. Highlanders in particular, it's 1 point to their total, ensuring that they don't have any relegation worries at all. But Joe, your thoughts of the 90?
A good point for Herentals, but perhaps not a good point for Highlanders. Why? Because Highlanders next week are playing Dynamos. Currently Highlanders are on 34 points. They are playing Dynamos next week, who are currently on 33 points. So Highlanders and Dynamos can actually swap positions next weekend should Dynamos win at Barberfield Stadium. So not looking good for Highlanders. Definitely is right.
He knows all about it.
Over his head. He knows all about it. That is not looking good. Dynamos and Highlanders can swap position next week. But speaking of the game this afternoon, I think it was, one of those low-key games that was witnessed out of Rufaro Stadium. And the trend still continues that Herentals can't beat Highlanders at Rufaro Stadium. They can only beat Highlanders at Barberfield Stadium. But again, it's a game of two teams that maybe were too cautious coming into this game. But at the end of the day, it ends in a goalless draw. Highlanders, maybe a point on the road, but not good enough.
Definitely not good enough, because when you look through, that it couldn't happen this afternoon. Now time for us to join Lawrence Trusida, who is on touchline, ready to talk to Celestino Benza. It's over to you, Lawrence.
So it ends a new at Rufaro Stadium, and a new draw. Is it a point gained or 2 points lost?
Yeah, it's a point gained. Because you are not supposed to look down upon any team, especially big teams like Highlanders. And considering the fact that they are fighting relegation, and we knew that they were going to be very difficult. So keeping a clean sheet, for me, it's a point gained.
And where does this leave you in your quest for top 4?
Yeah, it's the games are quickly running out. And but we've been involved in 3 difficult games, and we managed to pick 3 points. But I'm not worried at all because even if we fail to meet the target, but I'm happy with the performance of the boys.
And now going for the international break, is it a blessing in disguise, or you are disappointed that you'll be taking a break?
Yeah, there's nothing that we can do because those events are already on the calendar, and we already know that they are supposed to be fulfilled, and we're not going to rest. We're going to try and find something to do so that at least the boys do not lag behind because we are going to go away to Begitas again, another tricky fixture because they're fighting against relegation. So we're not supposed to sleep on in this week. We're supposed to work very hard and try and work on converting chances, and then we win the game.
Thank you so much, Coach, and better luck next time.
Thank you very much.
So that was Celestino Paul Benza, the Herentals coach, and just waiting for, that is Hendrik Peter de Jong, the Highlanders coach. And coach, a new draw, considering where Highlanders is this a good result?
We played very well. We take control over the game. In 90 minutes we are the better team. Okay, it's a 50-50 game. In de Subuku Cup we won with 1-0. Today you can win and you can lose. It was a good game for two sides. Poor referee. No discussion about that for both sides. Dus not only for our side, for both sides. For a very, very poor referee in decisions. Yeah. Dus I'm not talking about Highlanders, but I'm talking in general. Yeah. I'm content with the point.
And now, Highlanders did not create many chances, clear-cut chances. Yes, they got into the box, but they did not create chances. Are you sort of worried looking where they are on the log?
I think that you dan look to another game. We create 4 chances. Dus you was dan maybe looking to another game.
No, our respect is clear-cut chances.
No, you are looking to the other game. We create 4 chances.
Okay, coach. Maybe you can explain those chances. Because the Herentals keeper never made a save.
We make 4 chances. We create 4 chances. So simple is it. 4 chances. Yeah. I can explain to you. Yeah. When in the first half and in the second half. Yeah. Was no discussion. But maybe you was looking to the other game. Maybe. I don't know.
And lastly, coach, in terms of quest for survival, where does this leave you?
Sorry.
Quest for Highlanders survival, they're just 3 points above the relegation zone with 4 games to go.
Dit is een beetje een point one. The moment that I was coming, was Highlanders in a more worse position than now. We need to know 4 points out 4 games and we are safe. Dus you need to come met facts en je komt niet met facts. Ja? Dus een journalist niet always out to come met facts. Ja? Dat is wat ik zei. Ja? And I told you, as we the next 4 games 4 times draw, we are at 39 points and we are safe.
Thank you so much, coach.
Welcome.
So it ends new at Rufaro Stadium, and right now we'll give you the highlights of the match.
Well, you had the 2 comments there from the 2 gaffers. That was first Celestino Paul Benza and, of course, Peter de Jong of Highlanders. Highlanders, no change. They are still in relegation. In the relegation, threatened by relegation. They've just swapped places with Caps. They are now number 9. Caps are number 10. But they are still threatened with relegation. They are now on 35. Whilst Herentals, safe from relegation, they'll be playing Premiership football next season, but the top 4 now becoming a little bit tighter. They're still at number 7. Well, that's how it ended. Goalless, no goals. So 9 teams still threatened with relegation. It just leaves me to thank our 2 expert analysts from ZBC TV Sports. First, let's say thanks to Coach Bex, the Liverpool supporter. Thank you so much, Coach Bex. You got it wrong here. 1-0 Highlanders. Wabudam game apana big. Thanks so much. Uche, the Werder Bremen supporter. Wabudo futi game apana big. 2-2 he had it. Kana nini ndabuda futi ndande 1-0 for Herentals apana big. Well, but imimi ndimune big race you because you make our shows what they are. So do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV from everyone in the ZBC TV sports crew, fronted by our producers Bevan Shinurai, Stuart Shoriwa, Atinashe Manyoni, and Gina Gwanzura. Yes, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, legendary CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.